what else is built on relativity? Is Hawking's is everything he came up with built? He's already finding lots of
theoretical
errors.
physics,
Absolutely.
nothing of any real use.
So Hawking's crumbles. What else crumbles under that? If I mean, all right. So yeah,
singularity is at black holes. You
black
have
holes crumble.
yeah, you have all this stuff with.
But I thought we knew that they're at the center of our galaxy.
Physics.
How do we? I thought we knew that they're at the center of our galaxy.
Well, no. Listen,
how are you going to tell everyone that?
The problem isn't that there aren't what we call non-luminous masses. Because we don't know what that is because we don't have a model for light or gravity or electricity or magnetism. So how do we know? But there is things out there that are not emitting light, whatever that is. It doesn't mean it's a singularity of mathematics that's an infinite point of mass. I mean, you get people like Neil deGrasse Tyson saying, well, general relativity isn't right in the center of black holes. It all breaks down at the infinitesimal singularity. And I'm thinking, my gosh, I mean, how big of cards, this card world they build is so huge. So yeah, basically you got to throw most stuff out.
All right, I'm gonna make a list here. Give me just 3 or 4 that would concepts in the universe that we talk about that would go away if relativity, both general and special, were false. We got black holes. Wouldn't
black
be holes.
Holes. They would be.
They could be black bodies, but they wouldn't be black holes.
Black bodies, right?
All right, because you can't have a hole. Time has nothing to do with space.
Time dilation, time dilation, where they say time slows down. So the muon coming from the, slowing down time. It's just,
Could you still have time machines without relativity?
Can I throw in a definition of time? This is different than what you just said. I view time as related to cause and effect. So if A can cause B, then A happened before B. That's a way to define what time is. Time is a measure of cause and effect. B could never cause A because B occurred after A in time. So,
I like that. Mine's just simple. It's a measurement.
Yeah, but it's just another way of looking at it.
Motion, it'd be the same thing. Something is here
force.
now, and then later it's here. So cause and effect. It's fiction.
And that answers your question, I think. Can you have time machines? In my view,
time machines.
No, you can't. It's impossible because listen. Just look at it from a physics point. Just imagine. Okay, everything in the universe is physical, whether you agree with that or not. But magnetism, everything. You can't have forces without some physicality going on. Okay, you can't just all of a sudden reverse it or go back to a previous state. It just doesn't happen.
I've never seen it.
No, but you can't. You can't. You can't make this physical state, which is an infinitely impossibly repeatable thing, to go back to the entire universe has to go. How? You can't.
There's got to be some more. I think I got. I'm getting a little idea here. Give me any other things that would fall apart and disappear if relativity
you mentioned
were
the
wrong.
speed of light. But
what would that have a consequence?
Than the speed of light.
You can go faster than the speed of light. We know there. My dad and I can tell you why there's faster.
Yeah,
there are instantaneous.
But that was an assumption anyway. So proven. It wouldn't. The fact we couldn't go faster than the speed of light is assumption anyway. So we wouldn't need to. That's irrespective of relativity. So if relativity, what is a consequence of relativity that we would lose? Black holes, time dilation, no time machines.
You can go faster than the speed of light.
Yeah, I know. There actually, I see no reason why. I've often believed that, and
Well, no, it's not. Again, you have to have a model. I mean, we have in our model, we have an answer to that. We know there has to be things going faster than the speed of light, but it's not what we know right now. But the other thing
else
too,
that's cool that I want to get one.
Yeah,
more
gravitational waves.
Gravitational waves. All right, cool. Give me a couple more if you can think of any.
Well, they're supposedly using, general relativity, space-time, like curving to measure like where planets, about planets and other things astronomical. That would have to be replaced by simply there are things in space that bend light. It's not magic. So you would have to throw out all of their verbiage saying, oh, we use general relativity to find exoplanets. You would have to say, oh no, we find exoplanets because, for instance, as Edward Dowdy said, there are coronas. Coronas are mass in space. When the light goes through that, they do bend because it's like water. It takes long. What we say in it takes longer to get through that. So yeah, so you would have to throw out all those things that you hear constantly, because astronomers love saying that, and physicists love to tell everybody that astronomy is using general relativity all the time to find exoplanets.
What about wormholes?
Yeah, that goes away. Absolutely.
Wormholes.
Yeah.
Anything
That's
else?
a mathematical.
Anything
David,
else cool we lose?
The standard model of physics, which is the idea that there's there's some of it's experimental. We found experiments to discover the proton and the neutron and things like that.
Sure.
And then we started taking off. And this is, I know, one of David's passions. He hates the muon. So I don't know. I'll let you
neutrino.
Go on that one.
Neutrino.
Yeah, you hate the neutrino. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the neutrino. The neutrino would go away for sure, because
that follows from relativity.
Yeah, but it doesn't follow from relativity in their eyes, because they've lost the recipe of where it came from, which was, we know Karazani shows where that comes from.
Nobody cares about the neutrino. We'll let him go. What about?
There's a lot of people who care about it.
I know.
One of David's passions.
Well, no,
I know. All right, but I mean,
people in our group,
all right,
they have. They love the neutrino.
I might even take out time dilation. Say we could live without time dilation. There was one more though. I think. What was it? Was something
Gravitational waves.
Yeah, I did. But you got gravitational waves. I included ripples and all the other stuff in there, and then wormholes. There's something else too. That is. What about string theory? Would that fall apart without relativity, or do we?
No, there's nothing to do with relativity.
Cool. All right. What about
string theory falls apart on its own?
Well, string theory was never. No, string theory. Listen, I didn't get to meet the guys, but I was very close to them at Caltech. The guys who were the original string theorists, when they were asked on television or in an article that I read, and I can't find it. I've been trying to. Yeah, that they said they were horrified to think that anybody would take this mathematical exercise that had zero physicality and start making the universe from it. They said that was, he said, such waste of mind. They said literally, they're wasting these minds on this crap. Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah, that's a problem. All right, so this is what I got.
You need to find that, David.
Yeah,
I can't find it. I've searched high.
I think I referenced it. I'll see if I can find it. I know what document I have the references. All right, so we lose if special and general relativity are complete bunk. We lose wormholes, black holes, gravitational waves, time dilation, and time machines. And
space-time, bending space-time.
That's pretty much all of Hollywood. Am I right?
Yeah.
But you also lose gravity bending light.
You're losing the fascination and draw of the general population when you get rid of relativity.
People are attracted to something that it just seems romantic and sexy in Hollywood.
Fantasy.
And
even though it's not based in reality.
They think that's real science.
Well, the physicists do believe it's real science.
I know.
So what if you had somebody come along, like a father and son team, that discovers these motions, which anybody can visualize without any equations, and look at almost anything and then kind of hack it in their brain and see how it's working? That may turn out to be something. Now, I've experimented with people who have no physics at all, and they can visualize it. I wrote an article on beyondmainstream.org. I think it's the very first one. What made Einstein such a iconic figure? It's because everybody who's curious about the world, every human being, feels gravity all the time. They know the effects of gravity. It's something intimate that they feel. It's part of their neural network in their brain. The other thing they have is light. So what you had in 2019, this crazy scientist with the mad hair come along and say that gravity bends light. Everybody understands gravity. Everybody understands light. They got that right away, right or wrong. They got it. And to me, that was like, oh, wow, what else did he say? Then they go to special relativity that blows their mind. And then they go off into the 20th century. Anything in the world can happen. And, time slides down. Oh, time's not relative. Our psyches are plastic. Freud tells us that. Silence is music. Urinals is art. Time is plastic. Mass changes. Everything's relative. And those things, everything's relative. His crazy hair, this idea that he linked two things that anybody on the planet Earth can make, that became ingrained in our brain as if I put a wig on like this, Every person on planet Earth knows who I am. And I make an analogy constantly to another person who's from my wife's country, Brazil. If I put fruit on my head, everyone knows I'm Carmen Miranda. Does that have to do with anything? No, it's just something that's been burned into our brains. So that's one of the reasons, it goes that, and people want that back. They want to have this kind of thing back. And so, where that's going to be, what's going to happen, I don't know.
Hey, if you like these kind of conversations and you'd like to see more, click like and subscribe to our channel. And if you're at the computer and you'd like to hear the whole podcast, click right here.